Welcome to Cultivate Life. I'm Diane Armstrong, a wandering gardener of life's lessons. Alongside my 8-year-old 7-pound chihuahua mix Imogene, we've invested 5 years traveling around North America, planting seeds of wisdom and watching them bloom in unexpected places. Have you ever had a moment where a simple act of kindness sparked something deeper? I had one just yesterday while checking out at a store. In response to something, I don't really remember what I said, the cashier replied, "You are so kind." And my soul whispered back, "It's a practice." Oops. I said it out loud for the very first time. And in that moment, it caused a pause in the busyness. The cashier looked up, met my eyes, and time slowed. We shared a brief but powerful connection, a soul-affirming moment that reminded me of the power of presence. As a recovering people pleaser, I've learned to manage what I now call peopling. As you'll find out if you hang around this channel long enough, I view our emotional responses on a vibrational spectrum. On one end of this spectrum, there's people pleasing. On the other, there's something my beloved Mike called help the helpers. It became a mantra for him during one of the most challenging seasons of our lives together. I call my late husband beloved. He is no longer in physical form. He is now all that is. His death opened a spiritual portal I finally felt emotionally unencumbered enough to enter. It's also where his mantra, "Help the helpers," sprouted above my grief and has fueled me ever since. When Mike was diagnosed with kidney cancer, we were in survival mode. No savings, no health insurance, 2 young kids, living in a rental home, and a construction business barely staying afloat. Mike realized something was wrong with his body while we were on a wild weekend in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We had each booked separate massages at Edgar Cayce's Association for Research and Enlightenment. I'll put all kinds of information about that below. Let's not go down that rabbit hole just yet. Back to the massage. During Mike's massage, when the therapist began pushing his left side, both of them recoiled and simultaneously said, "What was that?" And after that, time moved quickly in ways I still can't explain or don't have any possibility of understanding. The local surgeon required a $300 deposit with an estimated total cost of $10,000 just for the surgery. Of course, that total didn't include the hospital stay or specialized care. Mike's sister spoke with a neighbor over their shared back fence. This part still feels almost magical. It was that conversation that shifted everything. With the local surgeon's blessing, who reassured us that all research trickles down to the rural community that we were located in, we were encouraged to face a blank new page. Within days, we headed 150 miles west to the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C. At NIH, we learned Mike qualified for an experimental protocol. His tumor was the largest they'd ever attempted to remove laparoscopically. After 6 weeks, countless tests, and a successful surgery, the total cost to us was nothing. $0. Intertwined with the immense gratitude, guilt and shame hovered, often threatening to take root. Neither Mike nor I are a stranger to shame-inflicted depression. Twice, 11 years apart, our community rallied around us with fundraisers and simple kindnesses to keep our family firmly rooted while the winds blew around us. There would never be a way to repay these gifts monetarily, but Mike found something else to gift: kindness. His mission became help the helpers. He uplifted everyone he encountered, nurses, doctors, even strangers reaching out from across the globe with questions about renal cell carcinoma. He carried that intention through 9 more years until the cancer returned, this time in his lungs. After his passing, I witnessed something remarkable. At his memorial, story after story emerged. Friends, family, even acquaintances shared similar words. When Mike talked to me, I felt like I was the most important person in the world. That's when I knew. This was the legacy I wanted to live too, right now, just like my beloved did when he was in physical form, right then in his right now. That experience changed me. I realized I wanted to be remembered not for what I did, but for how people felt when they were around me. It's about finding where on the spectrum I can give unconditionally and still thrive. The key is knowing my value isn't tied to how others respond, as long as I'm clear about my intention, even when it's clunky. The more I notice where I am in conversation, the easier it becomes to hold the intended vibe without slipping back into people-pleasing habits. I'm better at it today than I was even yesterday. Since you're here, I'm guessing you know where you generally sit on this spectrum. Maybe you're interested in shifting from people-pleasing to uplifting others in ways that also uplift you. If so, here are 3 ways to deepen the practice of help the helpers. Shift intention. When engaging with someone, ask yourself, am I reacting out of habit, trauma, or societal gender conditioning, or patterns related to neurodivergence? Or am I here to uplift unconditionally to the best of my ability right now? Focus on presence. Instead of multitasking, offer your undivided attention. Even a single moment of true presence can be transformative for both you and the other person. Release attachment to outcomes. This one's tough, but really powerful. Practice helping without expecting gratitude or reciprocation. Reciprocation is certain. Always it comes. Always from someone else down the path. Next time you're gifting kindness to a cashier, a healthcare worker, a teacher, a friend, do it as an unconditional gift. Period. Full stop. Where do you see yourself on this spectrum? Are you excited to practice moving towards help the helpers? Share your thoughts below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear, told in a way only you can say it. If this idea resonates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. If you're ready to dig deeper, Join the Cultivate Life community on Patreon or YouTube. Over the next year, I'll be sharing more consistently in the member groups about topics that resonate with kindred spirits like you. We'll try new things, small group Zoom calls, honest conversations, all with the goal of healing and upliftings. I look forward to meeting you there. Thanks for investing your time with me today. Until we meet again, remember there's joy in the present moment and magic in uplifting others. See you down the path.